video cards, and they're responsible for outputting video through a cable that connects to the back of the card, to the back of your computer, and up to your monitor, and is responsible for outputting graphics, and whether it be desktop graphics or a 3D game or whatever, to your monitor, and so you can see and interact with your computer. Without a video card, your computer would not know what I mean, your computer would run, but you wouldn't be able to use it because you would have no visible interface. Most motherboards, especially low-end motherboards, actually have onboard video, so they don't even have the need for a dedicated video card, but they always have an extra, or most of them will have a slot so that you can upgrade the video. So because if you're a heavy gamer or even a casual gamer, onboard video is just not powerful enough. Onboard video that is built into a motherboard is just generally meant for two-dimensional tasks such as running Microsoft Word or surfing the web or playing the occasional game of solitaire. In other words, onboard video is great for grandma's PC or maybe mom's PC. Aside from that, you're going to want a dedicated video card. So, let's move on. As you can see down here, here's one of them just general expansion cards I was talking about that's taking up a PCI slot. This card actually happens to be serve the purpose of running a serial ATA hard drive. Serial ATA is just a type of interface. In the olden days, or as I like to call them, the olden days, we had ribbon cables, these big old flat bulky ribbon cables that would plug into the back of the hard drive over here, and they take up a lot of air. They restrict airflow in a case, and so some genius came up with the idea of serial ATA, which is this little cable that takes the place of that big cable, and it's essentially the same data that's sent back and forth across these cables, but it's much faster and does not block airflow in your case. A cool computer with lots of airflow is a happy computer. So, what else? We have, I guess the last component would be what we have here, which is a CD drive or a DVD drive. Any computer, just about any computer you buy these days, is going to have an optical drive of some sort. Whether it be CD, which is highly unlikely now, DVD, which is very likely. Most computers come with a DVD, what we call a DVD writer or rewriter, and that gives you the ability to read DVD discs, compact discs, CDs, and it also gives you the ability to write to special media called CDRs or DVDRs or RWs, which are rewritable. Here you can see on my computer there is my DVD RW drive. In our little example computer here, it has an optical drive, and this is actually a CD rewriter, so it's, you know, probably about 7 or 8 years old, and all it does is write CDs or CDRs or CDRWs, and it reads CDs. It does not read DVDs. The newest generation of optical drives are called Blu-rays, and I'm sure everybody's heard of Blu-ray. Generally, when you think Blu-ray, you think movies, and you think of a box that sits on top of your TV, just like a DVD player, only it plays Blu-rays. Well, Blu-ray is also a data format and a disc format that you can buy for your computer, and it holds a lot more data than a DVD or a CD. And to put that all in perspective, your regular compact discs hold either 740 megabytes of information or 800 megabytes of information, depending on the size. They also can be referred to, you'll often find CDs referred to in minutes So a 740 meg CD is actually 74 minutes, and a 800 meg CD is actually 80 minutes. And you know, I just realized I had that wrong. 640 megs is 74 minutes, and 700 megs is 80 minutes. It's been a long time since I had to since I even used CDRs, so you know, I forget. Anyway, then we have DVDs. And again, DVDs were originally for movies, but it's also a disc format, and it's also digital, so eventually it got adapted to use in computers, and they came out with writable DVD media. Here is a standard DVD-R disc. They actually have several types of DVD writable media. There's DVD-Rs and plus Rs, and then -RWs and plus RWs, and they're just basically different formats that nobody could agree upon, with the exception being that the RW stands for rewritable. Rewritable media is generally a little more expensive than writable media, and I just buy R's, write once, because you burn movies to them, or you burn data to them, and then you store it in a closet somewhere, or in a binder, or in a case, and you know, there's generally not a whole lot of use for rewritable optical media, because it's so prone to being scratched if it's used over and over again. So your typical DVD, single layer DVD, holds 4.7 gigabytes of data. They have dual layer discs, which is very hard to explain, but actually, since the media is sort of transparent, there's actually room for multiple layers. Actually, sometimes you know, there was concepts for more than 2 layers, but the standard is they have dual layer discs, and those hold about twice as much. They hold about somewhere around 8 gigabytes of data. So dual layer discs are generally hard to come by, expensive as hell, and so most of us stick to single layer discs. Nowadays you can get a single layer DVD for around 12 cents a piece or something like that. You know, very, very cheap. It costs me about 15 bucks, anywhere from $12 to $15, if I go to Fry's on the weekend and buy a spindle of 100 discs like this. And they come on a big spindle like this. You can see here, this one's almost empty, but they come on a big tall spindle. Okay, so then there's Blu-ray discs. Well, Blu-ray is, even though it's been out movie-wise for a couple of years now, is still generally very expensive, especially when it comes to Blu-ray readers and writers for the computer. Although readers have come down quite a bit. You can actually get a Blu-ray reader for your computer for around $100, sometimes cheaper. I've seen them as low as $70 on the weekend sales. Writers are more expensive, and the discs themselves, Blu-ray discs, which hold about 20 gigabyte of data, are super expensive, and you know, pretty much only for the elitist or someone who has a lot of money to throw around. We can thank Sony and their monopoly on Blu-ray media and licensing and all that kind of crap. We can thank Sony for that. So most of us are still stuck with DVDs or another form of storage for long-term archival purposes. Now, I'm not dissing the DVD or anything else.